I'm showing you my collection of eye products today. It's all of my eye products except for Super Shocks, single shadows that are in Z palettes and eyeshadow palettes. Those will be coming later. I did not film an intro or an outro to this video. This is a no makeup weekend, and so we're just doing desktop. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. I am going to start with my eye primers. I did recently declutter a few things to a friend because I knew that she would get more use out of them than I. So I sent her some black bases because I know I'm not going to use those. And then I had a teal base that I've had for a couple of years that I am not going to use. So I did already declutter a few things to her because I knew that she would use them. Okay, so let's start with this. This is Gerard Cosmetics. I got this in a, what did I get this in? I got this in an ice cream beauty box, maybe? I have used this quite a bit. I used it mostly when my daughter was pregnant. I painted her tummy into a pumpkin, and I wanted it to be nice and vibrant, so I slathered this all over her belly. So that's why it looks like it's almost gone, because it pretty much is almost gone. I've never actually used it on my eyes. Okay, this is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It is unopened, still unopened. I was trying to work through a couple of eyeshadow primers that were old and opened, so that is probably up next. I have the Thrive Waterproof Primer. I'm going to declutter this. I don't know. It's a few years old, and I did open it, and I did use it, but it's very dry, and I don't like how my eyeshadow did on top of it. I set it, and then I used it without setting it, and it was both times it was very patchy and unattractive, so I'm actually going to declutter that. Okay, I have the Ulta Matte Eye Primer Nude. It's called something else now. They repackaged it, but let me tell you what, this is nice. I just recently opened this to start using it, and I love it. It has a really pretty tint to it, and it looks nice on my eyelids, and I honestly, if I didn't want to wear eyeshadow that day, I would still put this on because it just made everything very seamless and smooth looking. And so I will definitely be buying the full size when Ulta has their Ulta products on sale. This is the NYX Glitter Primer. Actually, let me talk about this first. This is the Devinah Prelusion Eye Base Primer. This is an eyeshadow primer, kind of like this is an eyeshadow primer. This is so amazing. I just recently got this. I've been using it. It does have a tint to it. And it's just so, that was too much. You only need just a tiny bit. This is going to last me forever. But it just gives the most beautiful matte canvas on your eyes for your shadow. I have set this and I have used it without setting it, and I think without setting it is better, but it's still good both ways. I love this, and so when I wear my special shadows, I use this. When I wear my regular shadows, I use this. My special singles and all of that. Same with these two. So here's my NYX Glitter Primer, which I really like. But this is the Specular Sparkle and Shimmer Glue Base. So this is a glitter glue, like a glitter glue, from Devinah. And so when I wear my regular shimmers, I wear NYX Glitter Primer. For instance, if I'm using my Natasha Denona Retro and I'm using one of these shimmers, then I'm going to use the NYX Glitter Primer. If I use any of my regular palettes, I'm only going to use the NYX Glitter Primer. Now, if there are special shades in that palette, and also my special singles, I will use this Specular. And here's why. I used my glitter primer. I used a multi-chrome. I'm trying to think if it was Give Me Glow. I think it was Give Me Glow. By the time I went to lunch, I went to the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and half of my eyeshadow was gone. It was like it was never even there. So after I bought this, I used the same shadow. I'm pretty sure that it was Pretty Little Lilac from Give Me Glow. I used this. I used the same shadow. It lasted all night. When I use these two together, this as the shadow base, this as the glitter primer. When I get home at the end of the night, my eyeshadow looks like I just applied it. It is perfect. It doesn't move, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't go anywhere. And so I really love these. These are going to be a constant repurchase of mine. These are also going to be a repurchase because I do have a lot of pretty shimmers that I love that aren't special shades. They're just pretty. And sometimes you just want a pretty shimmer. There's definitely room in my collection for just pretty shimmers. They don't always have to be multi-chrome, duochrome special shades. I spent far too long on my glitter primers. Here are my mascaras and my eyelash primers. This is from, I just got this at Marshall's at the end of the year. Legit Lift, Max Stack Legit Lift Lash Primer that is unopened because I've been using the Lancome Sills Booster XL. And I love this. It makes my lashes look so glamorous. Oh my gosh. They look so nice. Okay, that on this side. Okay, and this and this. These two are unopened. I have not opened them yet. These two are opened. This is the Maybelline Lash Stiletto. This is a holy grail for me. I will always repurchase that. This was new. I got this from Donna at My New Obsession. And this is her favorite mascara. And now I can see why. Because it is amazing. And the next time they have these on sale, I will pick up a couple of them. And then I have these two are unopened, my Lash Princess and my L'Oreal Air Volume. Both of these are also holy grail. This I love for lengthening and separating. And these I love for volume. I do love to layer my mascaras. It's just something I like to do. However, when I use this, I use it by itself and I don't have to layer. But I do like layering, but I don't have to with that. These are my black liners. This is going to go pretty quickly because they're just black liners, you guys. They're just black liners. So let's talk about liquid liner. I have two. This is the Cab Cosmetics liquid liner. This is still sealed, so I can't tell you what I think of it. But this is the MAC Brush Black Brush Stroke 24-hour liner. This is my favorite liquid liner I've ever used because of this tiny little brush. Oh my gosh, it's a felt tip, but it's so tiny and it's kind of effortless the way I can do a wing with this. I've always been very wing challenged and I can do a wing with that and it looks good and I love it. This came in a set from Z Dooley. She got me a MAC set, not last year, but the year before that for Christmas. These are both Wet n Wild eye crayons, multi-sticks, whatever. This one I used the heck out of when I mentioned that I had painted a pumpkin on my daughter's belly. I used this. So it's pretty used. The lid is cracked, but I'm not going to get rid of either one of these. I don't use them, but it came in handy when I had to draw a pumpkin on my daughter's belly. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. Maybe I need it as an eye base because I did get rid of my black eye bases. So if I ever needed them, they're there. This is an Avon Glimmer Sticks liner. It is in the shade Blackest Black, and they are some of my favorite liners. This is a Sephora 24-hour colorful, but it is in the shade Black Lace. I have not used that yet because I have so many black liners I need to get through. This is the Clinique High Impact Gel Tech Liner. Very excited to use that, but I haven't used it yet. Same reason. This is the Ulta Beauty Automatic Eyeliner in the shade Black Glitter, but it is not black glitter. And honestly, it doesn't have much payoff. So I'm actually going to declutter that. I have so many of these that are good. I don't need to tear my eyelids up with the black glitter. This is the Araceli Ojos Perfectos gel liner. This is the one I've been using up recently, and it's effortless. Like it's so smooth and creamy. I do love her liners. This is Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Retractable Liner. One of my favorites. This one is unopened. I mean, I've taken the packaging off of it, but I've not used it yet. This is the Revlon Color Stay, and this is just regular black. How much left do I have on that? That might be my next one. There's quite a bit left in there, but that one might be the next one that I try to finish. I have this Avon pencil liner, and every time I think I'm going to get rid of that, I swatch it, and it's so creamy. So I'm going to keep that. This is Odin's Eye. I'm going to get rid of this. It's still sealed. I do not like the Odin's Eye liners. I think they're very dry, and I can't be bothered. So this one is the Avon Glimmer Sticks in the shade Black Ice. And I think I'm going to get rid of this. It feels a little dry. Ah, dang it. Yeah, there's a lot left in there, and it's pretty dried out. These are the diamonds, and they do have a shimmer to them, but it's really dry. Whereas the Glimmer Sticks, when they're fairly new, they just glide right on. And that one's a little dry. I'm going to go ahead and declutter that one. So out of 14 black liners, I did get rid of 3. These really aren't black liners. I don't use them as black liners, but they're in this category anyway. So basically for black liners, just the liners, I have 9. And that's still 7 too many. So these are my colored liners. These are anything that is not a black liner. And this category has diminished significantly over the years because I really wasn't wearing colored liners. I've worn more in probably the last 6 months than I've worn since I've had my channel almost 5 years. So let's go ahead and get through them. I do have my favorites. So these are all NYX. There's another NYX. Here's a NYX. So this is the NYX Professional Makeup Retractable Eyeliner in Deep Purple. It is a really nice plum shade. This one is in the shade Aqua Green. This one is Peacock? Gypsy Blue. I always want to say Peacock because it's a peacock blue. Gypsy Blue. And this one is in Smoke and Topaz. This one was a free gift with purchase. And this one is Rose Gold. Yes, this one is Rose Gold. This one is actually just it's a pencil that you sharpen. The other ones are retractable. I use that in my waterline a lot. And then this is in Brown Perfection. I use this quite a bit. If I'm doing more of a natural look, I'm wearing a brown liner. The only problem is it's very loose from the pencil, but I really love it. I definitely recommend NYX liners. You can usually get them on sale on Ulta for, I don't know, anywhere between $4 and $6 each, and I 100% recommend. So these 6 are the only 6 that I have left of my ColourPop Creme Gel liners. This is in the shade DTLA, and it is a blue. It's a dark blue. It's actually darker than I thought it was. That's really nice. I don't wear it very often. This one is in the shade Charmer. And it is a purpley brown, like a plum. This is called Get Paid. It's a very pretty coppery color that just broke. This is also a copper, and I can't remember, what's this called? This one's called Get Lucky. I think this came out with the Lucky Penny. It's, again, a copper, more of an orange copper. This is in the shade Catsuit. I was trying to compare it to the aqua green one, but it is different. And then this one is in the shade Honeydude. And this I wear a lot in my waterline because it's a really nice nude. And I don't always like a stark white in my waterline. This has never been opened. This is a LA Girl Shockwave liner, and it's obviously purple. I've never opened it. I've had it like 3 years, and I should probably open that and use it, but I haven't yet. Got black stuff all over my hand. This is from Beauty Bay, and this is the shade Antique. It's like an antique gold, antique bronze. It's very pretty, and it's a really nice formula. This one is an Avon Glimmer Sticks, and this is in the shade Purple Rain. And that's a really, really pretty purple. I usually tightline with that when I have purple looks. This one is an Ulta Beauty Gel Liner in olive oil, and I'm actually going to declutter that because when I try to tightline this or put this even on my lids, it really doesn't have much payoff. And I will show you, I will compare that with another one here in a minute. This is, oh, this is another NYX. Faux Whites in Linen. I use this on my waterline. And again, it's better than just like a stark white. When I do cool looks, I usually put this in my waterline, and it's really, really nice. Now these four are the Odin's Eye, and this is the only one that I have open. I did declutter a bunch of these. This I usually put on my waterline, and there's really no payoff, and you have to press way too hard. And so I'm just going to go ahead and declutter these. These three are still sealed, but I'm not going to use them because I feel like they're very dry. These two are Sephora collection. This is in the shade Love Affair, and it is a shimmer. I have not used this one yet. It's kind of a brown shimmer. But this one is Sangria, and this is a matte. Is this a matte? Yeah, this is a matte. I use this all the time. It's a very dark purpley wine shade. These four are very recent purchases. These were on sale on Macy's website right after the first of the year, or maybe at the end of the year. But I think they were the first. It was the first of the year. But I bought the shade Vice. Beautiful purple. I really thought that these were really different from each other, and they're not. But the Urban Decay pencils are one of my favorite formulas. They're just so effortless. This is the shade Sabbath. It is a matte navy blue. This is the shade LSD, and it is more of a shimmery blue. And then this is the shade Mildew. And this is the reason why I am decluttering this one. Because you can see how much more pigmented that is than that. And this is very patchy. So I'm going to declutter that. And then I have two, and these are actually liquid liners. And I'm going to keep this one because I might need a white liquid liner for something. But this is yellow. I have not swatched it. I'm not going to. This is a ColourPop. And I'm not going to swatch it because I know I'm not going to use it, and I would rather pass this on to someone that will love it. And out of the 32 colored liners, I am decluttering 6. And again, I'm very happy about that because I'm not going to use those, and I would rather someone else get some use out of the ones that are still sealed. Obviously, I'm not going to pass on the ones that I've used. All right, these are brow products. Brow products are kind of lost on me because I don't really use brow products. I use an eyeshadow for my brows, but I do use a brow gel. So first off, this is the ABH pomade it's the Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe. And it came with this brush that I've also never used. And as you can see, it's never been used, but it is really dry. I've not touched it, but it looks dry. So I'm actually going to declutter this because I'm not going to use it. I'm never going to use it. So I'm going to declutter that. And then we have a couple of brow pencils. Brow gel. This is an Avon Glimmer Sticks in the shade Tawny. When I used to use a brow pencil, this was the shade that I used. Oh, this is light brown. Huh. I thought it was Tawny. That's the one I always used to order. This is still sealed. I tell you what, I'm going to declutter this, and I'm going to pass that on because I know a couple people that might really enjoy that. Okay, moving on. I have this e.l.f. brow pencil, and this one is in the shade Auburn, I think. This is the Instant Lift brow pencil. I think it's in the shade Auburn. And it's really nice. I don't really use brow pencils, but I'm going to keep it because I might need it. Whatever. This is a Feather Effect brow pen, and that is a little light for me. And actually, it seems like it's getting dry. I've had it for a while, so I'm going to declutter that. Now this, I actually used the other day. This is the Melt Perfectionist Brown Ultra Fine Pen, and I don't know where I got this. I don't know if this was in a giveaway, but I used this the other day, and it was lovely, so I'm going to keep that. This is the NYX Thick It and Stick It. This has a different wand on it than what it comes with because I don't like the wand that it comes with. Because it's really big and very messy. So this is also in the shade Auburn. And I think it's a nice brow product. I do use it occasionally. My hair's not as red as it used to be on the regular. So, but I do use it. I'm going to keep it. This I just got. This is a Sydney Grace Clear Brow Gel. This is St. Luxe Clear Brow Gel. This is the one I'm using now. This I got, I can't remember where I got it, but this is the Anastasia, I forget what this is called. But anyway, it's her tinted brow gel in the shade Dark Brown. This I know I got from Donna. This is Precisely My Brow Wax. It's just a little guy, but I have used it a couple times and it's very nice. This is LA Girl. This is LA Girl Brow Perfect Extreme Hold Styling Gel. It's basically the same thing. I don't know if this is clear. This is clear. This will definitely get used. I got this from Donna as well. This is Brow Bar, and I've had this forever. The only thing I use out of it is this dark brown, and it's really, really nice. I don't use this brow highlighter. I don't use this. This is a cream, and I don't use that. But I do really love this shade here. So when that shade is panned, it has a nice little dip going on in it. When that shade is gone, I will probably just declutter the whole thing. And then finally, this is from Leanna. Made for You Brows by Sydney Grace. She passed this along to me. And there are, so this shade, and this shade will probably all be really good for me. So as soon as, and I love using eyeshadow for my brows. So I'm pretty sure that those are going to match really well. So I only decluttered 2 things, well 3 things, but these 2 go together. And then the feather pen, whatever. You know, I wonder, that might be okay for a freckle pen. I don't do freckles. I'm 52 years old. I don't do freckles. But I was just kind of brainstorming. I was just kind of thinking, I wonder if that would be good for that. And it probably would. So, oh, I am decluttering that one too because I'm going to pass it on. Now we are moving on to single shadows, whether they're stick form, liquid form, whatever. I do want to do a little honorable mention to these Bare Minerals. If you've been following me a long time, you know what these are. These are very old. I will not use them on my eyes, but one of our first Christmases, Anthony bought me a set of the Bare Minerals, and these are loose shadows. And I used up like 3 of them, but these are what's left. But yeah, I don't think I want to put these on my eyes because they are seriously almost 17 years old. But I keep them because they're sentimental. Anthony is a very practical person. He gives very practical gifts, which I love. I love practical gifts because it's things I'm actually going to use. But when he got me these, that was very special. And because that's very much unlike him. So I will always keep those. I will always keep them. And they just hang out. They just hang out. They're not going anywhere. And then I have these single shadows. The same single shadows that I've had for the last, I don't know how many years, except for this one is new. This one was in my collection during my last collection video, which was a little over a year ago. But let's go ahead and start with it. It's Chantico. I got it in an ice cream beauty box. And you guys, this is ridiculous. I used this on my lid during a breast cancer awareness, during October, and I did a breast cancer awareness pink look. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is stunning. So that's been kept. I think I'm going to keep all of these. Even though I rarely use these, I did put them in my wheel for my Project 10 uses. I did. But let's go ahead and go through them. This is Milani. This is Bella Bronze Metallic. I got this from my friend Charlie, and it is so buttery, smooth, and pretty. And it's just a beautiful brown shadow. And you know how much I love neutrals. This is from Naked Cosmetics. It is Pressed Pigment Eyeshadow in the shade Desert Sunset. It's just a really pretty shimmer. This is Halo on High. This is a So Susan Luminizing Powder Cream in the shade Aura. Oh, that really stinks. That smells like some cheap crayons. Okay, so that's being decluttered. This is Phase Zero in Nude Newbie. And this is beautiful. I've actually used this as a highlighter too. Very, very pretty. And then this is IBY, and this is called Dessert First. And this is the only one of these I have left. And again, just very pretty. You know those three? I might have to bust these out. Was it that one? Actually, those four, that would be a beautiful look on the lid. Outer lid, center lid, front of the lid, inner corner. Ooh, that might be getting done this week. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm keeping all of those. I'm just getting rid of the So Susan because it stinks terribly. The Chantico has sparkles all over me. Okay, let's go to... All right, these are my eye crayons. And my shadow sticks. And I honestly was going to declutter all of these. And then I got a couple new ones. And then I just watched one of Alex's videos, Alejandra Lisette. I just watched one of her videos and I had requested, please show me how to use a shadow stick. Because I'm doing it wrong. I'm evidently doing it wrong. And Donna, from My New Obsession, gave me these in my giveaway that I won. And these are the Laura Mercier. Are these Laura Mercier? Yeah, these are the caviar sticks. So let's just go ahead. I got this in an Ipsy. This is Beauty for Real. And this is really pretty. But I watched Alejandra and she did a look with just her shadow sticks because I had requested, I'm sure other people had requested it. And they're very good for like a one and done, which I never do a one and done. But, but I'm going to try it. So I'm going to keep them all. But this is from Ingbo. I've had this forever. But it's really pretty as an inner corner or a brow bone highlight. It's just a white, a pearly white. This was, both of these NYX were a gift with purchase. And I've been using this in my waterline lately. Because Erin talks about using shadow sticks as a liner in her waterline. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do that. This is another one that's beautiful that I've never worn. This was in my Project 3 Uses. I think I wore it once. I think I wore it once in my 3 Uses, but that's gorgeous. And I am going to have to bust that out in the spring and summer. But it's really, really pretty. And then this is a Bell and Argent, and it's in the shade Anika. And it is a brown, light brown. This is Love of Color. This is in the shade Heavy Petal. I've also been using that in my waterline. It's a very pretty, like, champagne pink. And then these two are the Laura Mercier. This is in Burnished Bronze. And this one is in the shade, this is in the shade Rose Gold. Both of those are pretty. So I'm going to keep them around. I'm going to keep all of them around. I had not planned on doing that, but I'm going to keep all of them around and I'm going to use them and I'm going to make my decision after I use them. I know that the Laura Mercier are beautiful formulas. People rave about them. I've never actually used these yet because I didn't know how to use them other than for a liner. So I'm keeping all of these. All right, these are all the liquid shadows I have. Not very many because I don't use liquid shadow very often at all. Now let's start with this one. This is the Juvia's Place Ankara. I recently did a collab with DW from Dub's Beauty Diary. Her idea, because she knew I was about ready to get rid of this, like throw it away because it's old, but also I'd never used it. And she suggested we do a collab and I loved it. So I am going to actually keep this around. When I was planning this out, I was probably going to get rid of all of these because I don't use liquid shadows. But after using this one, I'm like, okay. So this is Rasha B, and I want to swatch these two next to each other because I don't need both of them. Okay, these are completely different. These are completely different. This is beautiful. I mean, I knew it was beautiful. I knew it was beautiful. I mean, I've had it for a couple of years now, but I'm going to keep them both. Dang it. Watch me end up keeping all of these. There's no reason for me to keep any of these. This is the Huda. This is Matte and Metal, Melted Shadows. This is $1 Million Deals, and this is VI Pink. This is the... Oh, that's dry. That's really super dry. Let's see what this feels like. Oh, see, that is not super dry. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Dang it. And this is Request Line. That's also very, very dry. But this one is probably not. And this is called Slow Jams. Ew, that brush is a little sad. You know what? I'm getting rid of both of these. I'm getting rid of both of the Huda. There's no reason to keep them. I'm not going to use them. And half of them are dry. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter those. And then we have Koki, and this is in the shade Moonchild. And I've had this in my Project 3 uses. And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to use it. I'm not going to use it. This is going. That is getting decluttered. And then this is from Stila, and if this is not dried up, I'm going to be shocked. This is Pigalle, because Stila's, yeah, it's dried up. Okay, it's going. I'm not going to try to refresh them because I'm not going to spend the time refreshing something I'm not going to use to begin with. This is Liquid Metal, Model Co. Liquid Metal, and that's actually really pretty. I am going to keep that. I'm going to keep that around. Now, these three are Sydney Grace. I don't know if they are still good or not. Oh, they are. That is in the shade Fireside Glow. This one is in the shade Awkward Silence. This one's I've never used. Oh, that's weird. Is that supposed to be like that? Is that supposed to look like? Well, I think so. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if that's supposed to look like that. I don't think so. Maybe it's just separated because I haven't used it in so long. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know if that's supposed to look like that. And then this one is called Are You Sure? Oh, that is completely separated. All right. So all of these three are going. Those are going. All right. I am going to keep these three for a little bit longer. I really did enjoy using the Juvia's Place. This is beautiful, and these two together would look really nice together. Do I really want to keep that? Look at my hand, you guys. This is disgusting. No, I'm not going to keep that either. I'm not keeping that either. I'm only going to keep these two. And I'm going to see if I actually use them. And if I don't use them, then I'll declutter them. But this is the container that I used to keep everything in. So now I'm just going to bring this guy over and put these two in here. There, now all they fit. But these are all going. So out of 10 liquid shadows, I'm only keeping 2. I'm getting rid of 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting rid of 1 of the singles. And I didn't get rid of any of those. So that's actually pretty awesome. And you guys, I'm not going to use these. Some are halfway dried up. Some are all the way dried up. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my declutter. Some people are going to be probably a little peeved about this, but I'm not keeping them. I cannot be bothered to A, refresh them, and B, actually try to use them. I'm keeping these two because they're very unique. But I'm happy. I'm happy. I feel good that I'm decluttering them. I feel like a weight is off of my shoulders. So tell me in the comments below, are you a liquid shadow kind of person? Do you like shadow sticks? Do you actually know how to use them, unlike me? Let me know, and let me know what you think of my declutter. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.